Yeah. Munya. Shot. Mm. Holy schwips. Hey Coltrane, thanks again for the round, mate. It was really fun and good to meet you and play with you. Obviously, already some big improvements out there. Right, so in terms of our swing technique, okay, we're going to sit down and maybe sort of decide what we're going to do, and I'll explain what I'm talking about in a second. But let's just watch this tee shot here on 5. You can see obviously the shoulders are a little bit open, aiming down the left there. And then I just want you to remember this spine tilt for later as well. Okay, right, so from there, okay, obviously this backswing is a little bit inside. All right, shoulder turn and stuff really good. And I've got a little bump there. Okay, now from here, early in the round, obviously just kind of throwing your arms at that, stalling your body and getting in a mess. But now we had spoken about, okay, from here, just follow your body and let the club fall into place naturally. Okay, and then watch how good this is from here, right? So there, now the body starts to work. You can see the left leg. Okay, club gets right on that plane, right to the back of the ball. Perfect rotation of the club face. Still on the plane and still on the plane, so obviously you're going to get a lot of good shots there. Okay, this one still went a little bit right because of the alignment of the shoulders to the left, but through the round, as you started aiming straighter and straighter, so they went straighter and straighter, further and further. Okay, so that's really good. So what do we need to talk about? Well, you know, if you keep doing it like that, you know, then we have to decide, is there value in changing the backswing, or do we just keep that little, you know, inside over move and rather control ourselves with our setup, our ball position, and our downswing? Okay, I really think for now that's the way to go. But yeah, let's talk about it and maybe come up with a plan. Okay, now in comparison, and this is really something I want to do with the shorter clubs. Now we're not talking about the backswing. Remember I said, remember that line of your spine. Okay, in comparison, okay, this is very upright. Okay, and your legs are kind of underneath you. You're not balancing on top of your hips. You're balancing on top of your heels. Okay, and then obviously this led to a really poor swing, strike, and in the water. Okay, and then I'll show you another one. Okay, and then I mean I don't even need to draw a red line here, do I? I mean you're basically standing straight up. It's just, you know, at least on this one, I guess your hips are on top of your feet, not sort of on your heels, but I mean just standing literally straight upright. Okay, whereas as you got more into the round and as you got using your body more, then you got the setup a little more on top of the golf ball, or tilting as we would say. Okay, so another little one there in terms of your setup, and then obviously as we spoke about with the irons, short irons. Okay, set up a little right and get the ball position correct, and so we can start matching everything. Okay, so the only real thing we need to discuss is whether we're going to fiddle with that backswing or not. Okay, are we going to get rid of this move? Okay. Or not. Okay. My gut feel right now, unless you're going to put a lot of work into it, my gut feel right now is not a lot of work. You know, maybe we can take it a little bit straighter back and just let it happen naturally. But it's more about making sure your body pivots through the ball and the club follows you, and that you set up correctly in terms of alignment and amount of forward bend or tilt that we have. Hey matey, okay, great to meet you. Thanks again for the round. A lot of fun out there. Obviously, as we started making those changes of making sure that we use the body and follow the body and allow that club to swing alongside us into position, then, you know, it got better and better. And that's when you started to figure out, okay, I don't have to aim there anymore. I can now start aiming there. Obviously the striking from there, the spin rate went down, you're picking up distance, okay, so it was really good. So the two things we want to discuss there, is the backswing. Okay, so obviously a little bit deep and inside, and then a little loop. Okay, so are we going to work on it? Okay, it's a lot of work, man. I really don't think it's the way to go. Maybe you could just sort of roughly feel like the club goes a bit straighter back. Okay, but just leave it alone. And then you naturally want to hit the ball from here, so that's good. So you just follow your body and make that circle from there. Okay, so from there all you have to do is make sure of the alignment. Okay, then you saw in that video, sometimes you get a little bit lazy like this, straight back on my heels. Okay, make sure we always set over the golf ball. Okay, and then with the shorter clubs, get that ball position a little further back. You tend to go again a little bit out there. Okay, and that's where you start aiming up and to the left. That's why I keep telling you to aim right with those short clubs, right? So just bring the ball position back, center yourself over the ball. Okay, ball position back, center yourself over the ball. Okay, you can still aim just gently right at the flag, but that's how you want to hit those short clubs. Okay, other little thing, putting, okay, very, 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 very critical for you. Alright, okay, is to hit that ball out the middle of the face. Okay, once we spoke about it, it was very good, and sort of 6 to 10, 12 foot, you hold quite a few of them. Then you would miss one and immediately you'd feel the heel, the toe strike, and then the next one you'd hit up the middle and you'd hold it, literally like that. It doesn't always happen like that, but it was literally that good. I felt like once you got outside of like sort of 20 foot, 25, 30 foot, then you forgot about it again, and you're miss-hitting them all over the place. So even if you're putting from the fringe, okay, you're right next to the green on the fringe, you're this far from the green, okay, that doesn't mean all of a sudden you don't have to concentrate now on hitting the middle of the putter face. Okay, really concentrate, get your line and your read, and then make sure that you strike that ball out the middle of the face. Okay, short game all good, I'm happy with. The bunkers, mate, obviously the one you hit on 16 was a really good one. The one on 2 and 7, I realize there's not a lot of sand in there. I mean, 2, I think there is enough sand. I realize there's not a lot of sand in there. You do have quite a shallow bunker action, which generally is quite good. Okay, so you just got to make sure that you get that club in the bunker a little lower than the golf ball. Okay, I don't think it was so much sand related. I think it was a little shallow and a little clean. Okay, and you just wanted to get that just a little deeper. Okay, so either focus on it, okay, or just add a little bit of knee flex into your setup when you're in the bunker. Okay, but make sure you're sliding that club under the ball. Okay, I just thought there was a couple that you almost picked them slightly off the top, and it was unintentional. Okay, chipping and stuff like that, brilliant, all happy with that. And yeah, we just work on those things, and we just got to decide together what we're going to do with that backswing. Okay, thanks again, mate. We'll talk soon.